What's up guys, Xperia here, and this is the Sony Xperia T2 Ultra. This is the latest mid-range phablet from Sony, and I guess it's the baby brother of last year's Z Ultra. But before we dig deeper into the device, let's check out first what comes inside the box. Alright, so first let's get rid of the plastic in the packaging and then cut the seal off. And as we lift the lid, we are greeted with a warranty card in case something happens to your device. Now I can see the phone already, but we'll have to put that aside for now and see what else comes inside the box. So we've got a startup guide, which is always handy, especially if you're not familiar with Sony devices, and also an SAR information guide. And then over to the left compartment, we've also got some earphones, and then on the right you'll find the USB wall charger, and last but not the least is a micro USB cable for charging and syncing. So very compact packaging from Sony, which I actually quite like, and at the same time it has most of the accessories we would find on high-end devices. The T2 Ultra follows the design from the Z2, except it has a plastic back as opposed to the glass back on the Z Ultra and the Z2 and even the Z1, and I guess that's also the reason why it's a lot cheaper compared to those devices. Now it doesn't have an IP67 certification as well, so you won't be able to dip this in water, so I really see the design as the main deal breaker of the phone, considering you can get the Z Ultra at a very close price. Powering the device is a quad-core Snapdragon 400 processor, which is clocked at 1.4 GHz, along with a 1 GB of RAM and Adreno 305 GPU, so it should be able to play most of the games today, but we'll do more testings over the next few days. It has an 8 GB of internal storage as well, which is a letdown, but that can be expanded via micro SD card slot for up to 32 GB. And battery wise, it has a 3000 mAh of non-removable battery, which should get us through the day, but we'll talk about that in the full review of this device. It also packs a giant 6-inch IPS display, but sadly it has a lower resolution of 1280 by 720. I mean, the display isn't too bad, but considering it's such a huge display, it really needs a higher resolution to produce better graphics. It does feature Sony's triluminous display technology, so you'll still be able to do some enhancements on the display, but you won't get the same sharpness as opposed to a higher resolution display. Taking a look at the software, there really is nothing new to it if you've used Xperia devices. You still get all the Sony exclusive applications and services, and in terms of design language, it is still very customizable and graphical. Right now it is running Android 4.3 Jelly Bean, but that can be upgraded to KitKat once it's available. And just for the record, you are really going to need a micro SD card because I've only installed a few apps and it's already taken half of the storage, so just keep that in mind. There's a 13 megapixel camera with an LED flash, and seriously, I don't know why they didn't put an LED flash on the Z Ultra anyway, but I'm glad they've added it to this device. Now what I'm gonna do is I'll play a few camera samples, so do let me know what you think of the camera. On the software side, you still get the manual mode, which is always welcome to any phone these days, and also the AR mode, which really is just a gimmicky camera feature, but hey, that's always welcome as well. I'll have more samples in the full review, as well as in-depth explanation of the camera, so stay tuned for that. Alright, so I know most of you are curious to know the benchmark results, so basically I've used 4 different applications to benchmark the device, and here are the results. Alright folks, I don't really want to make this video a review, so we'll leave it to that, but definitely stay tuned for the review though, so you'll know whether it's worth getting or not. So there you have it, that's our unboxing and overview of the Sony Xperia T2 Ultra. If you enjoyed this video, then make sure to hit that like button, and if you want to see more coverage from us, then hit the subscribe button. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. All the links will be in the description box below. I'm Jens Garcia from Tech for Geeks. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.